Today's going to be a pretty busy day for Mitch and I. I'm going to be installing all the big 5/8 inch, 10 inch long bolts through the post cap brackets, connecting the posts to the beams. So you can see I've got a long auger bit out and going back and forth. The beam is 7 inches thick, so it's kind of a trick to go across from one hole and come out the other hole. So sometimes we have to take a spade bit and just kind of drill out, hog out the inside of the hole to straighten things up and get a straight shot from hole to hole going through the beam. So I've got all the bolts in now, and I'm grabbing my wrench and tightening everything down. Mitch is over working on a wall in the entryway in the garage. So he's building the walls over there. Now I'm doing the strap on the post for the beam. And there go the 5/8 bolts for that. And grab my wrench, tighten those in. Right now I ran across to the other end of the garage and I'm measuring for the bolts that go in the post cap on that end, and I have to cut the bolts because there is only so much space between the beam and the existing concrete block wall. So I just put a metal cutting blade on the circular saw and making a jig and cutting the bolts. And that's what all the sparks are. So I'm just checking the measurement, put the beam in the jig, and cut again. And there you go. 2 straight cuts. I'm running over there and just test fitting them right now. I'll grab the camera and bring that over. There we are. It's a little bit on the dark side this way, which is putting up posts, wall studs for the entry. And so you can see that there's just about 1.5 inches of gap, 1.25 inch gap between the post and the concrete block wall behind it. So I have to cut the bolts so that there is about 5/8 of an inch sticking out through the backside of the beam, that I can get the nut on that and tighten everything down and have clearance without the bolt running into the wall behind the post. Tomorrow I picked up some brackets tonight after work, and we're going to install a couple of heavy angle brackets to connect the beam to the existing house, and you'll see that in episode 25. I'm just driving the bolts in. I have to straighten out that hole there a little bit more, and there we go, got it through. So after I get those on, grab my big crescent wrench and tighten that all up. Then going to get started on the post base bolts. The base bolts are 1/2 inch by 5 inch. I'm just going to clean up a little bit around there and make another mess. There's the drill, and I'm using a 1/2 inch bit through a 1/2 inch hole, so there's not much room for error putting these bolts in. But I got them all through there pretty much quick and easy, tightening the bolt up on the back side. Now Mitch has a couple of things he wants to talk about, so we're just having a little high-level discussion. Putting in the second bolt now. And then when this post base is done, then we'll run back over to the other one and put the post base bolts in on that side. So remember, there are two, I forget it, something 44 post bases, and each of the post bases takes two half-inch bolts, and then they have 16 inches of all-thread epoxied into the footings under them. Just kind of cleaning up. Mitch is cleaning up. Everyone's cleaning up. I'm going to drill for the bolts on these bases. So everything's coming along very nicely. The floor above, we gave it the jump test, and it's very, very solid. It's a 15-foot span, and I was expecting more of a bounce to the floor, but remember, we were upgraded from the TJI 110 joists to the TJI 210 joists, which are the top and bottom cords on the joists are about a half an inch wider, and I'm not sure if they are taller or thicker. So Mitch is drilling the concrete over there and putting split drive concrete anchors in. Okay, now I'm running up onto the roof here, and see that pile of wood there, 2 piles of wood. I have to throw all that wood up onto the roof. Or actually not the roof, the second floor. We're staging that to build the walls. So there go the 10-footers. And after you throw about 30 of them up there, it gets they start to get a little bit on the heavier side. I'm going to throw most of that pile up, and then I'm going to run upstairs and stack them. You can see over on the left side of the screen, the homeowner is playing with his dog Captain. The Captain is teaching the owner how to fetch. Or I think the joke was Captain was teaching the owner to find lost tennis balls. Captain's a good little guy. So I am just kind of sorting the 8-footers from the 10-footers, and then I'm going to throw the rest of the I'm going to stack the rest of the 8-footers. Actually, the 8-footers are stacked. Now I'm doing the 10-footers. Just kind of getting them over there where they go, and then stacking them. Trying to be fast and efficient. So now I'm going to just whip all the rest of these up there. Okay, so let's make something out of that mess. So I'm stacking the wood in the center because we will be building the walls, and what we do is we build the walls laying flat on the floor, and we do the layout on the walls. We'll put in all the headers and framing. Here's a crow right there on the right edge of the roof. It's kind of funny, we were wondering what that was. So the piles of wood are in the center of the floor, and that way there's enough space for us to build the walls around them, and then we tilt the walls up, and we put some we nail some stop boards so that they don't tilt up and then just keep going on over the side. That's not a good thing. But we build the walls laying down, tilt them up, and it's just a quick and easy way to put things together. But we do have to be careful and make sure that we have things where they're supposed to go. Then we'll put the after we took them up, because the headers, there's going to be several hundred pounds of headers. So now Mitch and I are just going to take a quick break. We're discussing where to go for lunch. It's a tough decision. So I think there was actually a break in there, and we're back to doing things after lunch now. So we are discussing water situations, putting a dog wash in. So we have several options to do that. Now there's a whole stack of wood right there, and I need to carry all of that upstairs now too. Then while I'm doing that, Mitch is cutting and installing blocking in the ceiling right there. Then he's going to have one tough one that he's going to need some help with in a minute. So it was a pretty good day for me. I moved a lot of wood today. I'm carrying 4 8-foot 2x4s at a time up the stairs there right now. Probably about 20 trips, something like that. There you can see we're beating on that one block that was giving him trouble trying to get it positioned. There was a bracket there that kind of made it a little bit tighter than the rest. So I'm going to be finishing up moving here. It's been a long, hot day, and both of us are ready to go. And here is my end of the day narration. Okay, so today was a pretty good day. We got a bunch of framing done and moved a bunch of materials. We had our stack of material out here and behind, and we have everything is all staged up on top. Mitch framed in the downstairs walls here, put some wall drive, split drive, concrete nails in the bottom plates to hold that all together. Then we drilled all the big brackets here and put the 5/8 bolts in, 5/8 by 10 inch on the tops and 5/8 by 6 inch on the sides. And so you see here the bracket over here has the 2 bolts on there too. Bolts on the post end, and then we have the 4 bolts down on the bottoms. And there is the shear wall. You can see we have our blocking is installed up above. And we've got blocking is on the wall here too. So this here's all the materials that I did most of the carrying up. So lots of stuff. It was a good day of moving stuff. Okay, so good day of work today. I have to return some materials and get some more materials. And the larger TJI 210 truss joists definitely feel stiffer on the floor than the 110s would have. Okay, so it was a good day. I'm tired. I moved a couple of pallets of wood today, so I'm tired. And there's the trusty truck camper. Okay, let's call it a day.